Here he is. He's the coach of the Fremantle Dockers, Mark Harvey. Good morning.
Morning, Tony. What have you done to Millsy? What have you done to the offsider in there?
Yeah, no, he's had a bit of a situation with his family overnight, so we're feeling for him today. So hopefully we're all thinking of him, and he'll be back with us very, very soon. A great effort on the weekend. I know you didn't win, and you don't like saying great efforts when you lose, but it was a great game of footy, wasn't it? The Saints, 16 goals, 12, 108. Defeated your Dockers 14-9-93. I know you got beat, but I know you've said in the press that you were pretty happy with the performance. A few days later, you still reckon it was one that got away?
Well, when you lose by small margins, you can always look at that scenario. I think that was the highest score that's been kicked against St Kilda, so there's some positives that come out of it. Naturally, you like to win, and we've looked back and reviewed the game, and there's some areas that we need to tidy up and make sure that they don't become a regular part of our game in order to win these close games.
Pavlich again, good. Sandyland, sensational. $16 to win the Brownlow. Love Hill, he's just a great player, and Duffield needed. And Roger Hayden, when he kicked that ball out, what did you say to him?
Now look, Roger's a guy that he takes his shots with his kicks, and they're important, the playmakers, and Roger's one of those. It's not always going to come off, but Roger and Paul Duffield and these sort of guys are guys that quite regularly can do a fair bit of damage to teams the other way. So they're our playmakers, so you let them have a licence to do that.
Sure. Brett Hardy actually defended him, saying, look, 99% of the time he gets it right, so he's entitled to have one stuff up occasionally. So that was probably defence. Now, we've got this for you this morning, Mark, just to boost you up a bit. You ready?
Yes.
Now, you've made a call to arms, where basically you're saying all young'uns should do some form of, military service?
National service. Actually, that's the village people, which I'm a big fan of too, by the way, Milton.
I thought you would have been. Do you like the milkshake?
I like all of that.
do the milkshake. Now we've found out a bit more about Mark Harvey.
I actually got to meet him in 1985 with Molly Meldrum, so that's another story.
Really?
Anyway.
Which one did you find attractive? The one with the Cherokee Indian or the construction worker, Mark?
The Indian.
You like the Indian, did you?
Yes.
But on a serious note, why the call to national service?
Oh, look, it's on the back of, my grandfather and Anzac Day coming up, and look, I just think we should be entrenched in Australia and how it's evolved, and be patriotic towards this country, and to make sure we look after it going forward. And
did you ever do cadets when you were at school?
No, I didn't, but some would say that when you've been coached by Kevin Shetty for 15 years, you've done national service.
Like that, was it?
No, I haven't, but I think probably, in hindsight, it would have been a good thing.
You know, if we did a poll, should young'uns do national service or give some back to the community, I reckon you'd be with the majority with that point, because sometimes discipline is lacking, and you know that footballers often get into trouble, but you also know that a lot of them get into worse trouble if they didn't have the discipline of football.
Oh, it's all of that, and being well planned, and there's a lot of things that you can draw upon it. The education of it, the respect of it, it just goes on, and I just think it's something that we just should look at in time. I mean, it's my personal opinion.
Sure. You haven't actually done it yourself. Would you like to do it?
Oh, absolutely. If at any stage that I could do it, I try and study it as much as I can, and make sure that I'm up to speed with it. But naturally, I'm doing that off my own bat. All
right. Well, let's have a look forward into this match against Richmond. It's the Len Hall game. Love the Len Hall game, and what the Dockers do. It's obviously a very special occasion. I read in the press that those players that won't be playing, you suggested they go to the dawn service. It's a bit difficult to do so if you're playing a game later in the day. Will Nat Fife be amongst them when they ran out onto the ground?
He may well be in the squad. We naturally, it's a Sunday game, so today we announced a squad of 25, so he may well be there. He did have a minor complaint from the game last weekend, so we're just going to have to assess him today.
Reece Palmer did his knee, didn't he, in the Anzac Day match last year?
Yeah, which is a little bit ironic, so we want to forget that naturally and move forward.
Is he going to play?
He's a chance to. Yeah, he's in line for selection. He will. He's certainly in the picture.
All right. Now, you've given us an exclusive this morning that you fancied the Indian out of the village people. From a footy point of view, give us an exclusive.
Just so I can clarify that, Millsy, which one did you actually like?
I like them all, mate. A bit like football coaches. What about this week? Have you got some exclusive information for the Dockers supporters?
Exclusive information?
Yes.
Just get to the game and enjoy the day.
That's not exclusive. Give us an idea on who might play that no one else is even thinking about.
No, it'll be the obvious ones. There won't be anything unusual. Look, a young kid called Dylan Robertons, who was emergency last week. He's right in line for selection, so he may be a guy that possibly no one's thinking about at the moment.
You know, you're into television because you're like the village people. I gather you'd been into television. Remember that robot used to go warning, warning, warning?
Yeah,
that's I would suggest
Smith and it lost in space. Yeah.
Well, I reckon if the robot was around, it'd go warning, 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 Mark Harvey, because at Richmond you're quoted at 10-1 on to win this match, and they're quoted at $12 outsiders. They've still got a bit of pride. You wouldn't be taking this game too lightly, would you?
Millsy, betting doesn't decide football games.
That's a very good point. Well, hopefully you can win, and then you got the Derby. If you're thinking, is it just 1 week at a time?
you know the normal line there.
1 week at a time. Mark, good luck this week. We look forward to the Len Hall game.
Thanks, guys.
Well, there we go. Mark Harvey, coach of the